Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Imelda Mey and I'm from 2024B with student number 098. In this opportunity, I would like to share my personal English journey throughout years, from knowing nothing at all until these days. My first encounter with English was in elementary school, specifically in the fourth grade. Back then, I didn't think it was that important for me to learn it, and so I'm not very good at it. And I'm just learned it naturally in the class. And then my first real connection came through music. I listened to Zara Larsson and the Chainsmoker a lot. I listened to it on repeat. And I didn't fully understand the lyrics. So this was my pre-comprehension phase. I just loved the sound and the vibe. And then I started to looking for some quotes on the internet and wrote them down in my notebook. However, you can clearly see that my writing is still messy and full of mistakes, but I feel happy to have done it. I feel happy when I wrote it. And then I began building my literacy through stories. My first English book was The Little Prince, an alternate universe story. Reading became a habit and not a chore because I felt joy when I read. I felt happy. Those journeys shift my perspective globally and open my eyes to the world. So, starting from this phase, I started to learn English not just from book, but also from the internet. And then I watched Jay's Tweet Streams. This was my crash course in vernacular English. He spoke very fast, used slang, and didn't care about textbook grammar. It was raw and real when I hear it. While looking at his chat, I saw friends from Mexico and all over the world watching the same stream. English served as our lingua franca. We didn't share a native language, but we connect through English to support our idol. In 2021, I wrote a caption about a jacket my sister bought me. It was a mix of English confidence and my local identity. I was finally producing output, not by just listening, but by writing the caption. Notice the end of the caption, aka baru dipakai sekali. This is code switching. I use English, just sound cool, but switch to Indonesian for punchline. It shows how I blended two identities through my learning, and my relationship with English changed from intimidating to comforting. It became a happy place because I'm more comfortable to use English when expressing feelings rather than in my mother tongue. I don't feel cringe when I use English. This growth has produced tangible results. And here is my competency certificate. This is not just a piece of papers. It is a proof that my informal learning has turned into formal competency in English. And the first time I felt like a true English user when I watched a Barbie movie with English dubber and Korean variety shows with English subtitle. Because in this phase, I started to understand the culture nuance and the jokes directly. And the biggest impact on my journey is watching English podcasts because not only improving my listening, but it also understanding their culture. It helps me a lot in understanding their culture in English. That passion led me here. I'm enrolling in English literature. I moved from writing direct quotes to analyzing complex grammar structures. I turned my hobby into my major, and I enjoyed a lot being here in English literature. English literature, we're not only reading, but analyzing. So I'm no longer just comprehending the book, but I'm analyzing deep literary themes and culture context from the book that serve in English literature. So English brought me really human connections. I've met a friend from Denmark and we communicate in English. It felt nice to finally applying my ability with native. It proves that language is ultimately about connecting with people, not only with myself. Reflecting on my global intercultural communication journey, I see how my brain has rewired. I don't just use translate anymore, but I think it in concepts, bridging my local roots with global ideas. So today, this is who I am, Imelda Mey, a student, a fan, and a confident English speaker. My identity is a hybrid of all these experiences, from pop songs to academic paper until now. And thank you for walking through this journey with me, from a kid copying quotes blindly to an English literature student. This language has truly shaped who I am today. Thank you for listening, and I hope you have a nice day. Goodbye.